probably.
Potentially.
An episode every save, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1.
I was just gonna go straight into it.
Yeah.
No outro.
Yeah.
I
mean, we've been doing that for all the other recorded stuff.
Yeah, but this has perfect break points, unlike other games. You.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Faye.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we had a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
We may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir! My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in the charge of the homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window, here.
And the cause of death?
Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir.
This triangle, apparently.
It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon even in the girl's hands, sir.
A girls, not the girls.
The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record.
Now, detective.
Yes, sir?
You immediately arrested Miss Faye, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Witness testimony. Maya Faye's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people already there. The defendant, Miss Maya Faye, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Faye. Maya Faye. I actually said that. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Faye at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony.
Whoosh. Smack.
Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradiction in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked a lot of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
We've already done this before.
Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Who did you say you got a phone call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right? Across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the crime scene? Right, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away.
Indeed. So, tell me who the two people you found on the scene were.
Yes, sir. Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Are we absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She's pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more carefully.
Not really.
Not really. I think there's only really been one game where that actually comes into account.
It's the second one.
Okay, 2 games. Why that? Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness accounting describing her. Hold up, just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. I heard you say it too.
You said it.
Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. She's
you
Pink.
need to get your eyes checked.
Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid evidence of proof other than her claims?
Evidence of proof?
Whatever. I guess pressing can have its advantages.
You don't say.
Ah, yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about, but first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Dun, dun, dun,
Hard evidence.
Dun, dun, dun.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya had been clearly written in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was indeed the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of information the first time? I know. I'm really embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may cross-examine.
Begin its cross-examination.
I'm gonna be... I can't read as fast as I'm saying.
Dun, dun.
This is my language speed.
Dun, dun.
And did you find any evidence?
Dun, dun.
No, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen. I'll get into the good part. I got a bad feeling about this.
Got a really bad feeling about this.
Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Ho ho ho! Then who did write it, Smarty Pants?
The murderer?
Who?
The killer. Miss May. No.
The killer! Anyone can see that. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed.
Objection! Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence?
Ha!
I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, pal.
Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found.
Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh, he sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Did you rerun the test results? What kinds of tests were these again?
DNA test, I decided.
Huh? What kind? Well, I heard they take the little bits in the blood, the hemoglobin. hemogoblins, hemogoblin bobbin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal! I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir.
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah?
I look forward to your next evaluation, as should you.
Oh. That was a mess. Right! Where was I?
Nothing goes right for Gumshoe.
No! Partly why I wanted to play him. On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective? The right hand! She was right-handed. Nice try. Uh-oh, I guessed it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Ooh. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases, so no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point there, pal.
Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer.
Order! That didn't go so well. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there had to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Do you remember this one?
Not entirely. What's in our thing?
So yeah, let me actually show you the stuff. So we have the attorney's badge.
Right.
We have Mia's testimony, which is a single positive death.
Yeah. Before she died. There.
Objection!
Most of these I have memorized. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Faye, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Faye. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks, is it now? Of course she wrote it. Who would have? Who could have? Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this, Detective. Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When? It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being...
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
He's doing all the motions just in case he didn't know.
Of course I am! I'm getting into character. The motions are great!
They are amazing.
Second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to blow from an blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
No way!
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all.
I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
I'm a sham!
I'm a sham!
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard there's nothing that you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you have possibly had to request a second autopsy report? Actually, that's quite common, just to make sure the first one was accurate.
Yep.
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution.
No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Updated. Died from a blow from a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Your line.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent?
Yeah. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Oh, you never saw her backside?
No, just the fact that...
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd.
I love that.
The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
Which is all of them, it sounds like. Based on that view we saw. Tell us where you were on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred.
I was, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Faye and Co.'s offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court what you saw. Witness testimony. Witness's account.
It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitty witsy.
Well, Your Honor?
I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see any need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Faye's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding the tiny flaws in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yeah?
I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Press everything.
Yep. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily.
I sorta, I had a feeling.
Woohoo! That's a night's gonna... Well, I had a feeling she's trying to avoid that question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one?
Probably.
Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had some reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Objection! Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
Badgering?
You insist on needling. Needling. Is that correct?
Needling?
You insist on needling her. That can't be it. I think it's needling. Pretty sure it's needling. You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. Questions. I really don't think it should be allowed.
Alright, meaning to prick or pierce something.
So it is needling.
With as if with a needle.
So it is needling. Okay.
Yeah, needling.
Alright. I don't think this should be allowed.
Yeah! Stop him!
The poor girl!
Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me?
You looked out the window. What did you see next?
Woman with the long hair being attacked. The woman with the long hair. That was Maya Faye?
Slender, sort of, well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing.
Oh my gosh. Your thing?
And the person attacking her...
It's the mousy one.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that...
You saw nothing?
Did you really see the defendant at all?
Yeep.
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Faye, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentioned neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you have to say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to point out, please omit nothing from your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Witness testimony. Witness's account.
I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, kind of statuey clock. The thinker, I think.
Wow.
Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
Yes, because you shouldn't know that.
You shouldn't know it's the clock,
see.
I think.
I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Oh, we know exactly what to cross-examine.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still gonna press anyways.
I mean, yeah. But, first, we're gonna have a...
Short break. Not so short break.
Not so short break, because
Maybe
we
short
gotta
break.
go, but we're gonna fade over to the next recording, so you won't even notice we're gone.
For now.
Wait, is that not the button? That's not the button.
What button?
Where's the button to save? There's
That's
the
the
button
button to save.
Okay, got it. You know what? No, I'm gonna save in number 2, just because. Because. Where do you get a text repeat? Is there not a text,
Not to my knowledge, but I've never had to use it.
Oh, wait, we're in the middle of the witness testimony, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, no one touched.
Yeah, we're in the middle of examination, if I recall.
Okay. It's been a while. I think it's been a week, 2 weeks?
3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5
It's not
weeks,
been that
6
long.
weeks.
It was August when we last recorded.
6 months?
And we're currently at the end of August, so at minimum 3 weeks.
6 months?
Anyway,
It's
I
been
did
an
see
entire
everything.
year?
I did. It has not been that long.
That's why it's still August.
Anyway, the victim, the woman dodged the first attack and then ran off to the right, and the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
Hippie clothes?
Yeah, and then she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that statue-y clock. The thinker, I think?
Press. She shouldn't know it's a clock.
Also, the volume's way loud in my ears. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Yes.
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now.
Okay, present the clock, I guess.
Yeah.
Objection!
I can't remember if we pressed that entire...
I don't recall either,
Yeah.
but...
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in a very similar position as you had recently called this clock another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you please explain how you know this is a clock?
Ooh,
Objection! The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it?
Oh my freaking god! She's trying so hard!
Yes. Yes, I heard it. It say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Faye and Co.
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Faye & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
I will never be
No,
satisfied.
Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because...
It couldn't have rung.
Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang.
It's empty.
That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly just take a look right now? Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
that?
Well, Miss May?
Tis quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed?
Oh, this one we can answer
If
easy.
it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Ken Edgeworth! Oh, impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves that when the clockwork was removed was the recorded conversation between Mia and Maya. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't mine. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
That sounds suspicious, Phoenix. You should
Order!
rephrase that.
Order!
The defendant's cell phone? That wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it?
Good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
We reading this?
Sure.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you that the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take out the clockwork. Sorry.
September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time that this was recorded. Which was well before the witness ever even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain to this court just how did you know this weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that at again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense.
Not at all.
Does the defense have any objections, Mr.
Yes.
Wright? Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen this clock before.
The clock itself.
Was made by Larry Butts, not sold to any store.
There are only 2 in existence?
2 in existence. It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever.
Oh, what?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist. And the other one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh? Excuse is not on sale today.
Ah! What is it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Silly me.
Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because
You had heard about him.
the witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard. That is correct, Your Honor.
Wiretap.
There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
A
We found a wiretap. Have a look at this.
Ah! Ooh, that?
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not?
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that were the case, which it is not, you still have yet to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is...
The phone!
I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called me in a while. Well, there's something I want you to hold on for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection! Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at that witness's face. Does she look amused?
Same.
Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up! All of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm a bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal a final blow.
Why the wiretap?
Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Is it tippy-tapping or irrelevant?
Gosh, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of the voice, he does have a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her try to pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn it, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course I can, and I will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Ice coffee.
You think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder.
So, where does that leave us?
It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been taping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Faye, commit murder.
No, they're going to just let her walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defendant have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something.
What do we have in the court record?
We have the attorney's badge, we have Maya's autopsy report.
We don't have the thing I was thinking of.
We have the conversation, we have the glass shards.
I guess we call the bellboy as a witness.
Yep, I think that's our best bet. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunk it quite low enough already.
Objection!
I object to calling the bellboy.
Why? What's your reasoning?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consider to calling this witness.
I mean, that's not how this effing works, but fine. Condition?
If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. Thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty from Miss Maya Faye. That is my condition.
What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do?
Accept?
Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap. You foolish fools.
Wait! Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.